How do we commit murder? Everything is said and done. Well, I mean, it would just be to follow through the timeline where she died. And we could do it that way. Do we just go from the start? It's a bit unclear. Oh, this is where she died. Oh, game, don't be unclear of where to go. How far do I go? Where she died? From the start? Did I just let her die? Do I have to hit restart? Oh, I don't want to hit restart. Let's hit restart. Let's see what happens. Resume. Start talking. Here we go. Huh? Looks like a light floating in midair. What do I do? Oh, this is unfortunate that the game's a bit Here we go! Touch it. Huh? Am I supposed to touch it? Way! We touched it. A little hard to find, but yeah, that checks out. Cleansing. With the body, soul, and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado have been all brought together, rite of cleansing is activated, spelling all rites and curses that have previously been performed. Let's finish this. Maybe. My. Finally, you have arrived at this juncture. I expected no less from you. That'd mean you have managed to bring everything to light. Though there is a possibility that you have wound up here by chance. So before I take you any further, I must ask you a number of questions. About what exactly is of body, soul, and mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado are? Firstly, which curse echo represents the soul of Tsuchimikado? That'd be... Where is it? No, not lantern. Beckoning light. Yes, that's exactly it. After his defeat at the hands of Ashino in the Honjo incident, Seiman wandered about near Honji. The form of his curse echo changed over time with the legend he left behind. This is the curse echo which was acquired by Mayu Chozawa. But when it was called forth by Seiman's body and mind, it appeared momentarily before him. Let us continue. Who serves as the self of Seiman Tsuchimikado, who was his body as his descendant carried out his blood in his veins? What was her last name? Fukunaga. Oh wait, what? You're trying to toy with me. I'm afraid humor answered. Wait, what? Who served as a self of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Who was his body, his descendant, who carried blood in veins? Wait, what? You want Yoshimi? Because that was where my thought was leading to. It's technically correct. Who served as a self of... There's no way it's Ogie. Because I don't have good spirit sense, right? It is? Although Shogo's okay was born in an ordinary family, the blood of a distant relative ran thick in his veins. Wait, how are we supposed to know that? In truth, the same is true for Yoko Fukunaga. Yeah. He's also one who had the blood of a distant relative coursing through her. In that case is Ashino. Same as Ashino, fade to meet again after all these hundreds of years later. Now, for my final question. Who is the mind of Seiman Tsuchimikado? Tell me the name of the person whose consciousness was directly tied to his. Oh, I see. You believe it to be him. Are you saying you believe it to be yourself? Are you certain? Yes, you are correct. Finally, you have remembered. That's right, you are. Seiman's consciousness, awoken by the curses and the rite of resurrection. However, having lost your memories, you forgot about the duty assigned to you. This is, if I may say, where I played my part, guiding you through the events of this story. As your consciousness was all that was left of you, you manipulated time and space by way of the story chart jumping from vessel to vessel, and manipulated your host's actions by whispering commands in their ears. In doing so, you were able to get the full picture of what needed to be done. But at one point, while still unconscious, you managed to remember your duty. The so-called mastermind behind these events, the one who awakened the rite and the curses, was Yoko Fukunaga, a descendant of Shino herself. You unconsciously activated your curse and killed her. Unconsciously. Wait, that doesn't mean the 3 works though, because that would have meant I killed 5. That would have meant I killed Yoko. I killed the chairman. No, secretary. I killed Yako. I killed Araishi. And, Namagaki. And why was the answer 3 back then? How interesting that she awakened Seiman's consciousness at the same time as the curses. That was the one and only time she could have been stopped. But due to your influence on Shogo Okia's will, Yoko Fukunaga was brought back to life. I see. Using the story chart to undo her death, it led you to believe it was the work of the Rite of Resurrection itself. But it turns out, seeing what could transpire if the mastermind was not killed at the outset, is what ultimately revealed the way to put an end to the curses for good. There were certain things which could have answered all your questions had you noticed them. For example, while under your control, Shogo Okie willingly used his curse. I found that one. When I asked you early on how many Shogo Okie had killed, this is what I meant. He said he killed 3, but I still don't get it. Had you not used the curse, Shogo Okie would have done so of his own accord. How many Shogo Okie killed, perhaps? I might have hit Q once, or I hit Q on the businessman. Shogo Okie killed Yako, Araishi. Wait a minute, there's another. Yako, Araishi. What's her name? The mother? Haruo. Did he kill Haruo? Might have killed Haruo. But I don't know. It's been months, I forgot. Furthermore, Maya Chozawa was able to recall information which only you knew. That is correct. She was able to do this because she was connected to you through a curse echo, the beckoning light. Okay, that's how you explain that one. Or that's how you're going to explain that one. Persons of interest. Following graduation, Yoko worked at a desk job with a trading company but butted heads with her supervisor who was skeptical of the supernatural and quit within a year. Now, while working as a housekeeper, she spent her days devouring mystery magazines and visiting haunted spots. As she vowed her life... Oh, right, Ogopogo. In truth, Yoko is a descendant of the Onmyoji who continue to practice in modern times. Her ancestor Ishino attempted to steal the Rite of Resurrection in Honjo during the Edo period. Born with the exceptional spirit sense, Yoko learned about her own ancestry while researching her roots, and was disappointed to find her bloodline had fallen to mediocrity. She became consumed with the ambition to restore her family's lost glory through her own powers, and devised a scheme to succeed where Ishino failed and perform the Rite of Resurrection. Yoko continued her training, developing her spiritual and curse powers until she discovered the Record of Fates, which offered clues regarding to the Rite. She plotted to use the curses of the 7 mysteries of Honjo to gather a large number of soul dregs by calling forth curse echoes, and setting the stage for mutual slaughter. The ultimate plan involved invoking a large-scale feast of shadows, awakening the curse, performing the rite herself, and bringing together enough soul dregs to revive Ishino. Since the effects of the curses increase the more people know and fear them, she first entrusted the Record of Fates to local historian Hideki Araishi, who could be used to easily spread the rumors. She also contacted Fumichika Nijima, a criminal with deep understanding of the mystic arts, to obtain the curse stones needed to gather soul dregs. Unsurprisingly, Nijima was very interested in the story of Ishino and readily agreed to aid his revival. While carrying out these steps, Yoko learned of the existence of the Yin Scroll, which threatened to thwart her plans. She added a note about the scroll in the Record of Fates before giving it to Araishi, intending to acquire it before it could pose an issue. Through her investigations, Yoko discovered that Hajime Ishimi was a descendant of the Seimin and threatened him with a curse in an attempt to scare him to revealing the whereabouts of the Yin Scroll. While Hajime bravely resisted Yoko's threats, she killed him with the curse to ensure Seimin's descendant would not stand in her way. But I thought he died of cardiac arrest or something like that. Did I get that wrong? As her preparations were coming together, Yoko obtained the seemingly less dangerous curse stone of the Whispering Canal in order to become a curse bearer. A necessity for gathering the curse stones for the Feast of Shadows. Shogo Okie, who was also a descendant of Seimin, was eyed as a potential risk factor, and contacted to ensure he would be located nearby and subject to monitoring. However, unaware the spirit of Seimin would be awakened within Shogo as soon as she invoked the curse, Yoko's plan was thwarted when she was immediately cursed to death by Seimin. Now, allow me to ask you one last question. If you, knowing all that you know now, had the ability to resurrect one life, what would you do? Ooh, wow. Well, technically there's only one star in a sea of many. I would destroy it, as I would say, or as they would say, he would say. Oh, I see. That was Seimin's original intention. I apologize for leaving it out of the options when I first asked you this question. Now, it is time to bring things to a close. Upon your arrival here, the rite of cleansing was activated, dispelling all other rituals and curses. Look upon the fruit of your efforts, and then we shall leave this world behind for good. Thank you, truly, for all the work you have done. That's what happened? I can't believe it. I finally understand. Yeah, I was the one that did that to Yoko. The blood of the Onmyoji inside me broke into my consciousness and gave me that curse. That's also the second thing that gets me confused. When did Okie have strong spirit sense? Although I guess he did see the lantern, well, the beckoning light, I guess. But other than that, Yoko was after the Rite of Resurrection. She was the one who awakened the curse from the 7 mysteries and cast the Feast of Shadows. And the only way to stop all of it was to stop was to put a stop to her here. Otherwise, the rite of cleansing might have been negated too. I wonder how much of it was really her doing all those things. Yoko. I guess that explains why I felt like it was fate when all this started. Though she didn't seem to notice. I guess things were already destined to end like this, from the moment we met. I wish we could have met under different circumstances. No point thinking like that now. God, I need a drink. I'm thinking a Moscow Mule. Or 2. Or 3. Yeah, this is a problem. Here's our first problem. Hathaway's just gonna be sad forever. She hasn't even solved the mystery of the murder. Ma'am, what is it? Nope, not quite there. Just a dream. It seems that was all just a dream. I dreamt that there was such a thing as the rite of resurrection. Just a dream. I'm sorry to say, but there isn't. Right, of course not. But even if there is no such thing, I promise you that I'll get to the bottom of the kidnapping. In fact, I happened to find a very important lead from over a year ago. Something that's evaded our reach until now. An eyewitness from the scene of the kidnapping. I see. Alright, but then he's not going to be cursed. Okay. Oh, you found the body early. Whoa, what is this? Medical unit told me to get down here. What happened? Ah, right. Okay, I called the cops. An ambulance. As I was looking into Yoshimi's death at the former Yasuda Gardens, another body was discovered at a different park in the area. Could they be related? Sure looks like it, but... Excuse me, we found this along the victim's belongings. Thought you'd want to know. Huh? What's this? Wow, what the hell? Boss, look what's inside the female victim's address book. Yoshimi's phone number and photo. What? And the picture. There's an X drawn on it and a bunch of weird symbols. A hole where his heart would be. Yeah, this is one of the remaining questions I had. Well, yeah, one of the few mysteries I didn't solve. Yoshimi's murder. Just because I got so hung up on it being a curse. Well, a cursed stone, but no, just regular magic. As you do. A bit of a weird jump, but sure, I guess. No. Do you think... I mean, could this be some kind of curse or something? How many times do I have to tell you not to try to connect everything to the occult? Ugh. This is a Nakagoshi case after all. What's that, boss? Don't worry about it. Make sure you put that photo into evidence. There's no doubt this is related to Yoshimi. Make sure you go do a thorough sweep of the area. I'm gonna make a phone call. Got it. Leave it to me. Spend as long as you want on the phone. Mio, it turns out Michio really did die in an accident. Yeah, if we ask around, we might be able to get a little more information. I guess there never really was such a thing as the Rite of Resurrection. But I did feel like there's a spirit watching over us. Yeah, that whole thing doesn't get resolved either, right? Ugh, why? Nothing's happening. But now my contract won't meet. No. I should never have believed in this blasted record of fates. Oh, Araishi. To all you watching from far, far away. The Rite of Resurrection has never existed. Not in any world, not in any time. So I ask you to take the life you hold, to move boldly forward one step at a time. Richter, EY's out. Do you want to question him? Hang on, Ariel. I want to get enough evidence for a search warrant. Let him go for now. Ah, that's the kidnapper. Yes, I'm the one who did it. So please help me. She's always following me. I'm sorry, Michio. I had no idea. What? Hajime was killed by this Yoko Fukunaga? How could that be? He's not even the kind of guy who could just be picked off like that. You know that. Yeah, and Boss is hiding something. Oh, it seems to be some kind of secret hidden in the Hajime's family tree. Let me see if I could find out what it is. Right, Hathaway doesn't have a need to get involved, does she? I heard you would be absent today. Is there something you need? Well, I seem to have this spirit sense thing all of a sudden. I know it's the sort of thing our chairwoman doesn't approve of, so I thought I'd mention it. Could've called. Didn't think you were in the standoffish type. Hard to EY. Oops, sorry. I forgot all about my favorite chief inspector. What are you planning? Nothing so heinous as you're thinking. I'm only Makoto Ashimi after all. Nothing but a lowly janitor. How are things with you? You getting along with your daughter? That also doesn't get resolved. A shame. Well, you know, more or less. God, how so many things changed just by getting rid of one ritual. Bridge between life and death, and that is Paranormasight. Wow, there's a lot of things that this game has done that's gotten me thinking. Hasn't really shown up apparently over kind of the playthrough, but definitely the in-between times my mind was always wandering, always curious. The fact that it started off as a curse game in order for the player to understand that this is how the curse game works. And it's also there to mislead the player in what Paranormasight is. And to turn into a full-blown investigation. An investigation that makes sense because you know how the game works. And that's just clever. It's smart. What else have I thought about? I don't know, writing's phenomenal. Well, writing's okay. I feel. Nothing too standoffish, not a lot of extra bits, but it's still fun. You know how characters are, you know their attitudes, their feelings. You know just who they are based on how they talk, and that's always important to set down. Ah, the artwork. That's also one that I wanted to bring up. Especially after... Oh, right. Oh, wait. No, this is a really long credit scene. Especially after I saw a comment on it, but yeah. The artwork... I know character design was, I believe, done by the same person who did The World Ends With You. But not much... Well, I couldn't find anything on set design and backgrounds. Because these environments were beautiful to look at. And speaking of looking at it, that's another thing I wanted to mention. Just the dynamic backgrounds and movements. The fact that you could look around and that was kind of how they did their horror. Oh, hey, the Sumida Tourism Office, nice. The more, horror-y aspects. I kind of wish they did a bit more of it. Like the look behind the tree. That was cool. Actually, yeah, there's a whole bunch of gimmicks that I feel like they could have used a lot more. Like the options and settings, there was a whole play around with that, but there wasn't too much meaning behind it. A little bit, but I feel like you could have done a bit more. And yeah, like the peeking behind the tree with Ariel. Or with Okie and Ariel. Like that was a neat little concept. Or turning around to see horror things. I feel like this is a great story and did great experimental things. And I definitely feel like it could do a lot more. So that leaves me excited for the next Paranormasight. At least I think it's going to be a series. Why else would you call it Paranormasight? Well, yeah. I think that does it. Complete story of the 7 mysteries of Honjo. Wow, that's really unfortunate that we just murdered Yoko. Look at this thing. But yeah. I guess with that, yeah, we've wrapped up Paranormasight. A wonderful game. And nice to have a new IP. It's always nice when you could just go about and try something new and experiment. It's hard to do, and it's easier to make, say, more sequels or a continuation of a series. But I'm looking forward to see where this goes. Until next, I guess. It's been very fun.